All right, everybody. Welcome to our Friday live stream. I'm delighted to be here. Oh my gosh, so many good things happening in our world. So looks like I'm a little bit delayed. I realized when I first was getting on here that when I did the last live stream, which I guess was Monday, I think it was that the day that I suddenly didn't have any internet? And so I had to connect on Wi-Fi. Normally I'm plugged in, so it's a little faster. And I forgot until I was was hopping on right now that I'm still on Wi-Fi and I haven't tested whether the cable works. So hopefully it will be we're gonna still do Wi-Fi today, and hopefully it won't cause us problems. Hopefully we won't be too slow. All right, I am just getting into my sample company. I like to have everything all set up when we start, but I didn't get to it today. So anyway, good morning, Corey. Good morning, Levon. Happy Friday to you. Corey, I'm delighted to see you. Can I tell everybody what you're doing today? Let me know. Put in the chat. Or should I keep it a secret? Either way. All right. Anyway, so I will, while I'm waiting for your answer, I will go ahead and get started. She says absolutely. Okay. Oh, good morning, Lucy. All right. So let me tell you what Corey's doing today. We made a giant announcement last Saturday. September 16th, we had our Grant a Wish Day. And I made a big announcement that Corey Jankowski, do you say Jankowski or Johnkowski or Jankowski? I don't know. I'm always saying Jankowski. Anyway, so Corey has teamed up with us and is writing a cleanup course that is going to be that we're going to be releasing in January. So I didn't, Joel, I don't know if you have the link. She says she really doesn't know because, it's her husband's name. It's not her name probably. Good morning from the Oregon coast. Jankowski. Jan. Okay. Like Jan the name. Like Jan and Marcia. Okay. So anyway, Corey is doing a cleanup course for us, and that is coming in January of 2024. So you can go to www.fastandeasyqbo.com/cleanup and sign up for the waiting list. You will get early access and discounts and all that stuff, and we're going to have teasers and all of the stuff. Now, we are having an issue with the provider. Says, yeah, you'll have to confirm your email address okay. So Joel put the link in the chat. But just note that our provider has a big message this morning that their systems are down. So it's possible, like if you're trying to do it right this minute live to get on the wait list, you might have some issues. So, try it later today or tomorrow or whatever. But anyway, so, oh my gosh, Linda says, I love the check printer on your shelf. Other arm. Right, she's talking about that right there. So, yeah, Joel got that for me as we were decorating the studio. He went to the antique store and he saw it and he was like, you must have this. So anyway, ages some of us, but it looks cool. Debbie says it worked for me. I guess that means, they said the provider just now said their systems are back up and running. Okay, so anyway, so the cleanup wait list should be working. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We've got a lot to cover today. So much good stuff. All right, so just just by way of introduction, those of you who are on with us live, you're watching here in our locker room, the QBO Gym locker room, which is our free Facebook group that where we get together and we focus on hands-on using QuickBooks Online, hands-on. We are all about the hands-on use of QuickBooks Online. So, and one of the things we do on Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern is walk through some exercises together. We have free exercises, we have paid exercises. We're going to go through some paid exercise, or one very long paid exercise today. But if you're on with us live, then you get the paid exercises for free. So we're going to post that in the chat later. So before we get started, let me just show, I'm going to share my screen. And I have here the first thing on my screen that you're going to see. I logged in to Facebook so that I could get over to the locker room so you could see what it looks like. And this, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I logged into Facebook, and this is what was on my screen when I logged into Facebook. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is just a snapshot of, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. This is just a snapshot of my screen when I first logged on to Facebook this morning. This is my friend Rob. I used to be I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this. I mean, he posted it on Facebook, so I guess it's for the world to see, right? So I used to be a Cub Scout leader, and he was my dad, one of my dads. That's how I know him. I don't know. I have no idea what he does for a living. But anyway, he posted this, and it's probably one of those circular posts. He probably didn't write it. He probably got it from somewhere. I'm trying to make it bigger so you can see. Okay, I'm going to read this to you because this is so awesome. Okay, it says, got a friend with a small business or that offers products or services? Guys, do you? It takes little effort to share their work or tag them in a post or refer them to someone for what they do. How much of a friend are you being if you don't? How much do you really support local and small businesses? How much are you more concerned about your friends winning as much as you are about sharing memes all day? Be that friend that helps them succeed. It takes nothing away from you. I just thought this was awesome because, I mean, we're all of us on this call. We're all small businesses ourselves, and we serve small businesses. So this is I just loved this because people could be promoting us and we could be promoting other people. So I love this. This is such a great way for you to meet local businesses, find out what people do, get their website and post it on your Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever and say, hey, I just met so-and-so. He's got this business such and such, and I want to let the whole world know. Oh my gosh, what amazing karma that would be if you guys did that. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that because I just thought that was hilarious that it came up right when I first logged on, right before getting here on the call. Okay. What's that? No thanks. Okay, going to the locker room. Okay, this is where I start. So this is what the locker room looks like. If you're watching the recording, then if you're watching us on YouTube, then of course there'll be the link down below so that you can join us. We have access to nearly 100 free exercises, hands-on practice, like I mentioned, following along in our weekly live streams. I'm actually now doing 2 live streams a week. On Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern is this live stream where we work hands-on. And then on Mondays, I am doing a Mindset Monday. So it's not so much about, well, not at all about actually using hands-on practice, but about getting your mind set for the week. And I just know I started doing that because I noticed that it's holding people back. It's just stop, crap in your mind is holding you back. And so I want to start off your week on a good note. Okay. So anyway, so that's on Mondays. There's no set time for that. Although I was thinking this morning, I already have topics lined up for the next 2, so maybe I'll just set a time. I don't know. But I'm also traveling next week, so I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so anyway, so here we are, hands-on practice in the locker room. Inside the locker room, we have right here this post that says, "Welcome to the locker room," is where the link is to get to all of our free exercises. We are also we've been doing this for a couple of months, and I don't know how long I'm going to keep it going, but we're going to do it in October. Is we have this Make-A-Wish Day. So you can click on here to read all the details about Make-A-Wish. What is it that you really need to move your business forward, and how can we help you? And, we have drawings, and we have discounts, and we have, connecting you with the right people, and all sorts of things. So read that post. But anyway, the point is, go to right here, and then you have access to, these are our free exercises. And I don't know why it's loaded up here, but taking a long time. So down at the bottom are the different tabs. These are where the exercises come from. These are the exercises from the basic level course, the exercises from the advanced level course, the QBO Gym we'll talk about in just a sec. Pro Advisor challenges are the ones that come from Intuit, and we just reformat them into kind of our signature style to make them easier to follow along and do. I don't know, there's a lot there that I still need to do. And then we have exercises that are retired or miscellaneous. Down at the bottom, there's a lot here to do too, but down here is all of the links. These are ones that were previously on the test, but now that concept's not being tested, but hey, it's still something you should know. And then we have the QBO Gym. The QBO Gym is our subscription product that it simulates life as a bookkeeper. So all of the exercises that are on the spreadsheet that I just showed you, those are just kind of one-off exercises. It's just like a learn this one concept. The gym is a comprehensive, every month you get a new set of exercises that follow our fictitious business owner. It's as if you are it's as if you are the bookkeeper for our fictitious business owner. And Joel just put that in the chat. If you're watching the recording, of course, it'll be down below. And you can sign up. You can get 7 days free and check it out and see what it's like. There's Jen does our exercise video. So if I hover, there's Jen's face. Okay. So this is, the QBO Gym, like I mentioned. So every month, so you can see here's the month, and then, there are the different sections. It's obviously kind of like this gym theme. The warm-ups are all things that you do when you very first sit down to work on Craig's books. Cardio are the things that Craig has asked you to do, like send an invoice or pay a bill or something like that. Strength training is every month we focus on a particular skill, and we take a deep dive, and we learn that particular thing. And then in cool down, this is where we do reconciling and running reports. Okay, so that's how that works. And we just released a new feature as part of the QBO Gym. So I remember I said I was doing these wishes. So I noticed that people are not like getting themselves out there to promote themselves and promote their businesses. And I noticed there's 2 reasons why. One is because they had some kind of fear, some kind of mental block. That's why I started doing the Mindset Mondays. The second thing is people are like, well, I don't know what to say. So now with the gym, you get marketing prompts every time you learn something. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we are going to be doing today an exercise in cardio. And every section starts with this little animated video talking about what's happening in Craig's world. Then there is a little 3-question quiz, which is just a little thing about helping you kind of see, like, do you know already the answers? This is just for you. And then under that, we have all of the different exercises. And then the last one, after you've done all these exercises, the last one is, congratulations, you have learned a lot so far. Share what you know on LinkedIn and other places businesses hang out. So if you click here for some sample posts, it will show you what you just learned and give you some verbiage about how to post on LinkedIn. Well, that's lovely. Okay, there we go. All right, so here's share what you know. In this one, it says you learned about sending invoice reminders. Here's a sample post, and then you can just copy this right here and paste it to post it on LinkedIn. We're going to talk at the end of today, we're going to talk more about how to actually use these, but I wanted to just share 2 important things. First, I just this morning loaded up all of the July marketing prompts. So we started this in September, and so that was the first month, and I thought that I wasn't going to backfill, but now I am going to backfill. So I have now backfilled through July, and just this morning I finished July. So like last week we just had the July warm-ups, but as of this morning we have the cardio, the strength, and the cool down. So all of July marketing prompts is ready. But here's the important thing that you need to know. Okay. In your account, now mine is special because, I'm an administrator, so mine looks slightly different. Okay. But in your account, you have to check off that you've done all these exercises. Okay, you have to check them. Well, this is the fun thing about our program is it's all gamified. So when you check it, you get like points and a little ka-ching, and you get like a little celebration at the end. Ka-ching, ka-ching. Okay, so you have to do all of these in order for you to qualify for the marketing prompt. So if you try and click this little click here for sample posts, you click that and you're not seeing the marketing prompts, it's because you haven't checked off that you've done the exercises. You don't get the marketing prompts until you've done the exercises. Now, this is the important thing, and then we'll actually do the exercises so we can see how this works, okay? If you've been around for a while and you already did the July exercises, and you come in here and you like, well, these are already checked, I should be able to check here and get my marketing prompts. Yes, you would think that. But the way that it actually works in the system is you kind of have to set those marketing prompts. So if you previously did July and now you want to access the July marketing prompts, you have to uncheck this last one, okay? And then recheck it. And when you check it again, okay, that's when it's going to kind of set the marketing prompts. So now when I click here for some sample posts, that's when you will see them. Okay? Otherwise, it'll just say marketing prompts and it'll be blank. Okay, so hopefully that clears up some stuff. All right, so Leslie had a question. All right, Leslie says, can you see that? It's kind of, oh, maybe I can make it bigger. Oh, look at this. Okay. Leslie says, I'm not sure how to get to the spreadsheet that Margie just mentioned. Will I need that for today's exercise, or do I just log into the QBO Gym? The exercise that we are doing is in the gym. So it is not the spreadsheet just has the exercises for our courses. Let me go back because that's a really good point here. So the down at the bottom are the different tabs, okay? And these are all free exercises: getting started, basic, advanced, pro advisor challenges, and retired. Those are the free exercises. The gym tab just shows you what's in that issue of the gym so that you can find it later, or you can decide if you want it or whatever. Okay, so this does not have actual exercise in it. The only way, so these are paid exercises. The only way to get the actual exercise link is to either have the gym, or or either have the gym or be on this call live. Because if you're on this call live and we are doing a gym exercise, you will get that for free. In fact, that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so let's take a look at so this is what we're going to work on today, is we're going to practice handling a bounced check. There are a lot of pieces for handling a bounce check, and I would, this is this is in the advanced course. So those of you who have the advanced course, I created a animated video about all the moving pieces of what has to happen with a bounce check. So if you're more visual and you have the advanced course, I recommend that you go and watch that. Today we're going to talk through all of the different pieces, but you may want to go back. Maybe I'll put that on YouTube. Oh, I'm always adding stuff to my to-do list. But it would be kind of good for everybody to see all of because it's kind of mind-bending, but we'll talk about it. Okay, so let's go through. So we're going to click this, and Joel just put it in the chat if you need it. So, and again, for those of you who have the gym, this is July cardio. Okay, July cardio. Click here to practice handling a bounce check. All right, so here is our scenario. The check that Craig deposited last week from Bill's Windsurf Shop, check number 1053, and the amount of $175 was returned due to insufficient funds. The bank has charged you $25 for this, which Craig says to pass on to Bill, and to add a $20 handling fee to his new invoice. Okay, so you paid the $25. You were automatically charged by the bank this $25, and you don't want to eat that cost. So now you're going to charge Bill the $25 plus, because it's a pain, you're going to add another $20. Okay, so you will need to record the bounce check and fee, as well as invoice Bill's Windsurf Shop to recoup the fee incurred and add the handling fee. Let's see how to do this. Okay. The first thing we need to do is deal with the bank charge. This is a new expense for us. It's a new expense. This is not like you went to Home Depot and bought some lumber, right? This is like suddenly the bank charged you. This is a new expense, so you have to record it. You'll also want to pass that charge on to Bill, so we're going to have to include that. Okay, step 1, we're going to go to click plus new and select expense. Of course, we are in the sample company. Those of you who are on live should know all about the sample company. If you're watching the video, the replay on YouTube, link below on how to access the sample company and all that. It's all free, so you can practice. This is, Intuit is just in some ways super amazing that they give us all these free tools. Okay, so here is the sample company. I'm going to click plus new and expense. Oops. Okay. Step 2. All right, begin completing the expense form as follows. You can leave the payee blank or create a vendor for the name of the bank. Okay. Note that if we were recording just our own bank charge, we could use the category grid and enter bank charges as the account. Since we're going to be billing Bill's Windsurf Shop for reimbursement, however, we will use the items details grid and create a new product to track it. Without the product, here, this is why, this is the important thing. Without the product, the money from billable expenses goes into a default billable expenses income account. We instead wanted to go directly into the bank charges account as reimbursement. The only way to do this is with a product service. Okay, those of you who are taking the advanced test, that's important to understand. Okay, so we could, let me go back to the extra, oh, what happened to mine? There we go. Okay, so right here, I could put it right here. I could mark it as billable. I could send it back to the customer. But if I do that, it's not going to go to the right account. Okay, we want to use the items detail. The difference between the category details is these are categorized directly to the chart of accounts. The items details go through a product or service first, and that is how we control it. Okay, so we can leave the payee blank, or we could put in the name of the bank. We're going to leave it blank. Okay, we opened the items detail grid. That was me right here clicking. That's closing the category details grid. Now I'm open the items detail grid. Okay, right here. Under product service, we're going to type returned payment / check fee. This is, by the way, now this is as if it were a check, but it's the same process if it were like an ACH payment that got, NSF rejected or whatever. But okay. So right here, we're going to say that the product and service is this. And because it doesn't recognize it in the product and service table, it's saying, do you want to add new? And I say yes. Okay, got a drink of water. All of a sudden my ear plugged up. That's kind of weird. All right, so this is what I just did. I selected the plus add new returned payment check fee. Okay. Oh, in the picture it was above. And what I just did, it was below. I don't know why. Sometimes it does that. Okay, so this is going to be service. You could also do non-inventory, doesn't matter. But we're going to say service. Oh, why is this there? Let's get rid of that. Okay. I think I saved it and closed it before. Dang it, guys! Oh my gosh, it wasn't following my directions, and now I have to go back and edit it. Okay, I'm going to show you how to edit this now, but those of you who did not click save and close, just stay on that screen. Oh my gosh, this is what happens. I have too many things going on. Okay, going back to the exercise, let's see, click service. Okay, so this is how we have to fill out the form. Okay, right here. So those of you who did not click save and close and you're, keeping track, this is what we're doing. We're going to create a category called NSF items. Okay. Then we're going to have the sales price be $25. And in the income account field, we're going to say bank charges. Note that even though this is the income account field, you're entering the expense account for the bank charges here. Okay, so I'm gonna hop over and do it because the way I have to do it now because I accidentally closed it. Oh my gosh, guys, this is crazy. Oh, you know what I can do? Okay, I'm gonna exit this. See, you learn when we're doing this live, look at all the little things you learn. Okay, so we're not gonna save this expense because I have to go back and edit that product and service. And I'm going to go to the gear icon, products and services. There's lots of ways to get to the products and services list. This is only one. Okay, here is the field that I just created. Where is it? Returned payment/check fee. I'm going to edit that. And now I'm going to fill in what I was supposed to do originally. I just had a trigger happy finger. Okay, so going back to the exercise, NSF items is the category. And this is just we're just gonna do this so that we can kind of keep them all together. So I click add NSF items and then click save. Okay, going back to the exercise. Okay, so that's that. Then we're gonna put in $25 as the price rate. Okay, right here, $25. Okay. All right, in the income account, even though bank charges is an expense account, we're putting it in the income field. Okay, so right here, we're changing this to bank charges. Okay. And then we're going to edit the sales tax. Would you guys like to know a sneak peek of what the October issue is going to be all about? I'll give you a hint. We're doing it right now. All right, so edit sales tax. Now we're on step 5. Scroll to the bottom. There are multiple scroll bars, so make sure you're using the correct one and select non-taxable and then done. Okay, so there's like this. This can be confusing. There's this scroll bar, and then when you're inside here, there's this scroll bar. So this can be confusing. What you want is this outside scroll bar so that you can get to right here and say non-taxable. Okay? And then I don't want to hit done until I've actually followed my own exercise. That's not it. All right, so right here, non-taxable, then click done. Okay. Done. And then, oh, why do I keep clicking the wrong thing? Okay, then step 6 and 7. Since we are using this item for both an expense or purchase and income when we charge it back to them, we will have both I sell this product or service to my customers and I purchase this product/server from a vendor checked. This is called a double-sided product, and it's only available in some QBO subscription levels. In a real-life scenario, if your client did not have this as an available option, you would just create 2 products, one for the income and one for the expense. Okay, so let's see that. Okay, so what we're talking about is this right here, I sell this, and this one right here, I purchase this. Okay. In the cost field, enter $25. This is how much the returned check cost us. Okay, so cost $25. Okay, this is how much the return check cost us. In this scenario, it's the same as what we are charging the customer. Then under expense account, select bank charges. Okay. So right here, expense account, we're saying bank charges. Okay. Then click Save and Close. Now, if you were doing this correctly and not messing up like me, then you would be back on your expense form. But since I goofed and I did it wrong, so we're going to have to create that expense again. Okay, so we're leaving the pay field blank. We're using the item details. We're using that returned check fee that I just set up right here. Okay, and then we're going to make it billable, because we're turning around and billing it back to whoever it was that bounced. It's been so long now, I forgot. Okay, so step 9, Bill's Windsurf Shop. Okay, so check billable. Then in the customer field, select Bill's Windsurf Shop, and then click Save and Close. Okay, thank you for your patience. Billable, Bill's Windsurf Shop, Save and Close. All right, I'm just going to stop right there and check the chat really quick. Levon says, yes, but I don't remember what it was for. So, yay for whatever that was that I said. Okay, so going back to our exercise. All right, so the next thing, products and services. Next, you'll need to create a new invoice that includes 3 things. Passing along the expense we incurred, that $25, the $20 handling fee Craig wants to charge, the bad check that we received, more on this in a minute. This is going to make your head hurt a little bit, so just be prepared. But before we do that, let's create the products and services for the last 2. So we're going to create a $20 handling fee, and we're going to create a bad check. I know that sounds weird, but trust me. Okay, step 1. From the left nav bar, select sales and select products and services. I happen to already be in there because I messed up and I had to do it. Okay. Then step 2. All right, so let's just remind ourselves what we're doing. We are in this exercise, handling a bounce check. We are going to do these, create products and service for the handling fee and the bad check that we received. So we just did this, collect sales, then click products and services. Then, so now here we are in our products and services, and we're going to click the new button. Okay, so here I am, new. Okay, and step 3, select service. Okay, and then steps 4 and 5. Our first item will be for the handling fee. Complete the form as follows. Under name, enter handling fee. I know I've told you this before. Every time that I can just copy from the exercise, I love it because we weren't always able to do that. That was a thing we had to program into it. And so I just love it every time I use it. All right, in the category field, select NSF items, not SKU, but category. And this is just so that we can keep them together. In the description, handling fee for returned payment check. Right here. Okay, in the sales price, enter 20. Okay, and in the income account, select other income. And click edit sales tax. So this is what we just the same as what we did before, right here. Edit sales tax. And we're going to scroll, make sure you're using the correct scroll to get to the bottom and say non-taxable. And let me make sure we are, okay, non-taxable, then done. Since we're creating a new product, we're going to click Save and New. So we're going to do Done here. And then we're going to click Save and New. Okay. Steps 6 and 7. Okay, next we'll create the item for the bad check. This can be a bit confusing, so let's break it down. Okay. Grab your cup of coffee, whatever, like get your mind, because this can be tricky. Okay. So think of it this way. Craig sent an invoice basically asking Bill to send him a good check. Bill sent a check, which was then matched to the invoice. Later, however, you realize it was a bad check, not a good check. So the check and the invoice don't actually match. Okay, so think about that. See this step one? Craig sent an invoice basically asking Bill to send him a good check. He didn't send what we asked for. Okay, so the check and the invoice don't actually match. One thing that needs to happen is that the invoice and the bad check need to be unmatched. We'll do that in a future step. When they are unmatched, you will be left with a bad check that isn't matched to anything. In order to account for the bad check that Craig received, you basically have to create an invoice asking for a bad check. Okay? Did your mind explode? Okay. The bad check that you received will then be matched to this second invoice. Okay? So, although it may seem strange, you now have to create a service item for the bad check. Okay? We're going to complete the form as follows. In the name, enter returned payment check. I think I missed a step here. Oh no, it did do service. Okay, so the name is returned payment / check. In the category, this is that same one. Category right here. Again, that just helps us keep these kind of extra products together. Okay, in the description field, we're going to add this return check number. And then when you actually use it, you'll see we're going to enter the number of the bad check. Okay, so we're going to leave the sale price blank. When you create the invoice, the amount will be of the bad check. In the income account, enter checking. Note that this is the account that the original item was deposited into. Okay, so right here, this needs to be the bank account where you deposited that check. Okay, so it's usually going to be checking. Okay. All right. So checking, okay. Non-taxable should already be selected. If not, then edit sales tax. Let's check. Sales tax. Non-taxable is already selected. Okay. All right, so now we're going to hit save and close. Okay. All right, so now we have our two products and services. Okay, so now that you have all of the items set up, it's time to create the additional invoice. Remember, this invoice will include the following: the bank charge expense reimbursement, the handling fee, and the request for the bad check. Okay, so we're going to click plus new and select invoice. No picture for that because by now you guys should know how to do it. In the customer field, select Bill's Windsurf Shop. Okay. All right. Bill's Windsurf Shop. Now, when I enter Bill's Windsurf Shop, notice what happened. Up here, popped up, says, whoa, remember that billable expense that we created? Remember how on the expense we checked that it was billable to Bill's Windsurf Shop. So now I'm creating the invoice and now it's popping up. Okay, so probably my instructions will say to click add. Okay, right there. Click add. Okay. Steps 4 through 5. Complete the remainder of the invoice as follows. On the second line under product service, select return payment check. Enter the check number of 1053 and the amount of 175. Let's see. Let's do this first. The reason it doesn't just say return check is because it could be it doesn't have to be a check. It could be just like an ACH payment. Okay, look what happened. Remember how we put return check item in the description on the product and services? Now it popped in right there. Okay, so we're going to enter the check number right there. 1053. Okay, 1053. And then we said that the amount was 175. Okay, so this is what we received. We received a bad check for 175. So we're not going to send this like this. We're going to say, oh yeah, we received this part of the invoice. You'll see how that works in just a second. On the third line under products and service, we're going to enter handling fee. Okay, handling fee. Okay, and that was, see that popped in already, $20. That came from it came from products and services. Okay, so important note. Generally in these practice exercises, we ask you to save and close invoice transactions because the sample company cannot actually send an invoice. We expect you to understand that in a real life scenario, you would actually save and send. And sometimes in the exercise we say that, sometimes we don't. That's because okay, however, in this particular workflow, you do not want to send the invoice at this point because look, here this invoice is asking for a bad check, okay? We already got the bad check. So we need to mark that this portion of it has already been, paid or satisfied, okay? So here we go. All right, you do not want to send the invoice. That's because you still have to unmatch the bad check payment from the previous invoice and match it to this one. We'll do that in the next section. So we're going to click Save and Close. Okay, and this is what you would do in real life. Click Save and Close. Okay, all right, all that. Okay, now we're going to match the payments. At this point, you must unmatch the bad check from the original invoice and apply it to the new invoice. So you might ask yourself, or you might ask me, I don't see it in the chat yet, but maybe you're going to ask me, why don't we just send the new invoice with the handling fee and the bank charge? Why don't we, like we got the payment for the old invoice, why don't we just call it good and send the new invoice with the new invoice with the handling fee and the bank charge? The reason is aging, okay? We do this so that the aging continues on the original invoice. If that invoice is 60 days late, okay, we don't want to suddenly like reset that and give them another 60 days with this new invoice that we're sending, okay? So we don't want to, we want that aging of the original, especially if you have late fees, then, that messes all sorts of things up, okay? So that's why we don't just call it good and send them this new invoice. That's why we have to do all of these somersaults, okay? Oh, nice little note from Cindy. Sorry, it's very long. I'm just going to keep going and then I will read it later. Okay. So that's what we have to do now. Okay. So you should still be in the products and services center. If that's the case, click customers. If for some reason you have navigated away from the center, just go back to it. Okay. So here we are. We're still in the sales center. So I'm just going to click customers. Okay, step 2, we're going to go click Bill's Windsurf Shop. Okay, and I'm going to click that one. Oh my gosh, such a delay. Okay, let's see if my I just realized that the interface has changed a little bit, so we might, oh yeah, this is the new one. Okay, good. Okay. So on the payment row, click View Edit. Okay, so let's find that payment. So this is a list of all of Bill's transactions. Now I'm going to close this right here because that takes up room on the screen and you can't see everything. Okay, so these are a list. This is a list of all of Bill's transactions. Okay, here's the dates. Here's what they are. This one right here is the payment. This is $175. Okay, so look here. Here we sent the invoice to Bill for $175. Here he paid it $175, but this payment bounced. Okay, so this is what we have to do. We have to click on this payment. We're going to click view and edit it. Go back to my instructions. Okay, step 4. We're going to uncheck the payment for invoice 1002 and check the payment for invoice 1038. Okay, let's see what we're doing. Okay, so here is the old invoice. Okay, here's the old invoice that says this payment that we received is for this. Well, it's not. This payment is the bad check, and so we need to uncheck this so it's not applying to that one. It's now applying. This is the new one that we just created. Okay, so look what's going to happen. It's $175, so it's going to remove $175 from the total of 200. Well, where did the 220 come from? It came from 175 plus the $25 fee from the bank that we're getting reimbursed for, and the $20 charge that we're charging on top of that because we have to go through all this headache. Okay, so let's go through back here. Okay, and we're going to go to step 5. All right, you're going to receive, oh, I was supposed to click save and close. So save and close right there. Okay, so now we're going to get a warning that says this transaction is linked to others. Are you sure you want to modify it? Well, yes, this is specifically what we're doing. We are unlinking it from the one and linking it to the other. So yes, that's exactly what we want to do. So we click yes. Okay. All right, so that was that. The final thing is we have to now send the invoices. We have to resend the original invoice, like with the aging on it, okay? And we have to send the new invoice, which is the $25 plus 20, so it should be $45. Oh yeah, here's what that's exactly what I wrote. Okay, so, all right, so step 1. All right, check the boxes for invoice 1002, that's the original invoice, and invoice 1038, that's our new invoice. Okay, so here I am in the list. Okay, I'm gonna have to scroll this. Okay, so this is the new, the new one that I just created. Okay, it's partially paid because we applied that 175 before, so that it now has $45 due. Okay, oops, I didn't mean to click that, but hey, you could click on it and see more details if you wanted. Okay, so what you want to do is check that one. Okay, and here is the original invoice. Okay, notice it now says it's overdue. It's no longer paid because that payment was bad. Okay, so now we're going to check this one. So with both of those checked, okay, what we're going to do, step 2, we're going to go to batch actions and then select send. Okay, batch actions and send. And for some reason this works, you can send invoices this way in the sample company, you can't send them the other way in the sample company. So, all right, so 2 emails have been sent. And that's it. That is our, that is how we handle a bounce check. Now, there are other ways to handle a bounce check. This is the way that Intuit wants you to know to be a pro advisor. This is the way that that's covered in the advanced course. Okay, so the last thing, I know we're out of time, but we need to go over the marketing prompts because that's the whole reason that I picked this exercise. So if you were doing this in the gym, oh, I don't have my screen shared anymore. Hold on. Okay, so you would have checked this one. Check here to practice handling a bounce check. Okay, you would do that one, and then you have to do all of them in the section. So then you would do this exercise, recording a bank deposit, and check that one. Once you have done all of them in this section, then now this link for you will work, okay? And it will pull up the marketing prompts for July. We just did cardio. Now, again, I'm an administrator, so I have them all here, but if for you, once you do cardio, you're going to have the cardio prompts, okay? And then your strength and cool down will be, will be blank until you've actually done those exercises. Here is all of the stuff that you learn in the cardio section, okay? And what we just covered were bounced customer checks, okay? Now we have 2 prompts in here based on, your style, if you want it to be more fun or more professional. So this one says, hey, business owners, have you ever made a mess of your books trying to record a bounced customer check? Getting it right can be pretty complex, but that's important if you want to understand what customers owe you. Can I show you how to handle it? Okay, so that's a little wordy. Okay, this one says a little more fun. It says, oh no, your customer bounced a check. Recording correctly in QuickBooks Online can be a bit tricky. Can I show you how to handle it? Okay, now I'm going to put my face back on because, okay, this is important. Some of you are telling us that you don't want to use these marketing prompts because you don't have a business yet. Okay, that you're not like official, like you're not open. You haven't opened up, you haven't put up your sign. That's fine. These marketing prompts are not designed. These marketing prompts are not designed to. It's not an ad. It's providing value to your network and saying, hey, I know how to do this thing and I can help you. Okay, so you don't have to have a business to be able to point this. You just learned, we just spent the last 45 minutes you learning how to handle a bounce check. That is now a skill that you have. And you can now go in your network and say, hey, are you using QuickBooks Online? I know how to handle a bounce check. I can show you the correct way to do it. And that's all. Maybe it will open the door to a business engagement. When you're ready for that, that'd be great. But for right now, it's baby steps, guys. It's baby steps. Just start positioning yourself as an expert. Start telling people. And the more people know that this is what you do, the more they will be able to say, oh, hey, if they're having a conversation, oh, yeah, I know a bookkeeper. I know somebody that can help you. Oh, whatever. So don't freak out about not having a business yet. You're learning QuickBooks Online. That's the thing that we're posting about. I personally, now whether we bring somebody on board that teaches you how to do marketing at some point in the future, I'm not going to promise that. But what I am going to say is we teach you how to use QuickBooks Online. That is your skill. And you can go out and you can say, hey, I now know how to do this and I can help you do it. And the more you do that, you position yourself as an expert. Okay, now, if you are willing to stay on with me for just a couple more minutes, I wanted to show you just a couple of things about LinkedIn. Now, I showed you, I think it was last week, or a couple weeks ago, maybe when I first released the marketing prompts, and I kind of showed you, I went on to my LinkedIn and I showed you how to use them, how to create a post on LinkedIn. And it could be like as simple as that. And I had like over 200 people, like you can see how many people have seen your little thing. And I had over 200 people just seeing my post. Doesn't mean I'm getting business out of it. It just means I'm positioning myself as an expert. People are knowing, oh yeah, you know QuickBooks Online. Oh yeah, you know QuickBooks Online. Okay. So I showed you like that little thing. Last week, one of my business partners went to a class on LinkedIn and learned some strategies for effective posting. And so we are going to, no promises on how soon we're going to do this, but we're going to change these prompts slightly so that they follow more in this format. And I'm just going to show you real quick the format that I mean. Ever since, so he and I debriefed, I guess it was Tuesday. He kind of was like sharing with me all he learned in this course. And now that I know that, when I go on LinkedIn, like it's obvious who's using these strategies, and I have to tell you that they work. Like they get me to click. So anyway, so I'm going to share my screen and let's see if we can find somebody who is using these strategies. Okay. So this is my buddy Stacy. She hosts a podcast called Do the Thing, and she's amazing. If you ever had a goal to create a podcast, or really a goal to like do anything, and she just gets you out of your kind of rut and helps you move forward and actually do the thing that you've always dreamed of. So anyway, I was a guest on her podcast, and she's awesome. So she's got a great thing here. Like this is a great picture, but she's not following the strategy. So let's see if we can find somebody who is. Okay. All right. This is Karen. She is one of my former clients, and so I follow. She's a lovely person. She teaches leadership mindset, DEI. She's a consultant, and she's just awesome. She's just an awesome person. And so she's doing it a little bit. Okay, so notice, so she's got a picture of herself. So one thing that that we learned in the LinkedIn class is that people respond better if there is a picture of you. Okay. Now, some of us are camera shy, and that's okay. If you're camera shy and you don't want to have pictures of you, you don't want to mess with this, that's fine. Because one of the new people that I'm connected with doesn't ever post a picture, and I still click on his stuff. Okay, so anyway, but here's the thing. Notice, let me just use Karen as an example here. Notice how she has a picture and she has 3 lines here. Okay, so she says it's Friday and it's time for extended garden time. Okay, whatever. And then see this little see more? This is my important thing. You want people to click on this see more. So you don't want to have your whole thing right there. And this is what kind of I showed you last time. And so we are going to write, so there's 3 lines here, and what you want is you want to get people to click the see more. If they do that, that means that LinkedIn is like part of the LinkedIn algorithm. And so they'll show more. Okay. All right, let's see. I should close that. You don't need to see who I'm chatting with. Okay. Let's see if I can find another one that's really good. Okay. Oh, Sarah. Look at this, Sarah. Is she on the call today? She's in our community. Look what she's doing. She knows. Hey, business owners. Oh, wait, this is one of our, oh my gosh, Sarah, this is one of our marketing prompts. Holy cow. Yay. Is Sarah, are you on the call? Oh my gosh, raise your hand, girl. This is one of our marketing prompts. She says, hey, business owners, so your customer paid you in cash. You can just put it in the, oops, typo there, petty cash fund, right? Wrong. I'll show you how the correct way to handle it. And then you have to have the click see more. And then look, she's got this nice little graphic there. Oh my gosh. Sarah, somebody tag her, Sarah Bridges, somebody tag her in the group and like give her a you go girl in the Facebook group. Okay, here is, all right, this is the kind of thing that I was showing. I don't know who this person is or why. Let's see. I fixed some broken accounting departments. Oh, I just connected with her just like this week. So I don't know very much about her, but she's using this strategy. This is what I wanted to point out, and then we're going to wrap up for the day. Okay, so it says, and by the way, I will say I do encourage you to connect with me on LinkedIn. So if you, and I'm the only Margie Remmers-Davis out there, so I'm easy to find. And, if I see your stuff, I will like it or, and get you more engagement. So you're welcome. I know sometimes some of you guys try and connect with me on Facebook, but I do reserve my page for personal stuff. So, but anyway, this is what I'm going to show you, and then we're going to call it a day. Okay, so right here is this space. This is what I wanted to point out. So she's got like this header thing. So if I were going to comment on Sarah's thing, I would encourage her to have a space right here, because if you have this space, hey business owner, and this is what we're going to change our marketing prompts so that you can see. So you can just paste it right in there. She has 3 reasons why. So this would be like, dear business owner, hey business owner, or whatever. Then you have a space, and then you have the bulk of your stuff, and it forces people to see more in order to read it. Now she's got a link here to a video. I know I said, I was just hoping to find one more here, like Mark Wickersham. He's on our resources page. He's awesome. He can help you price your services. So he's a great person to follow. And look, he's got that space here, and he's got the kind of forces you to click see more in order to read it. And I am telling you, it works. It works, because I get these all the time. Lucas, are you following Lucas? He's in our community too. And he always posts these silly things. But see how there's the space. And then, look, Corey, she's on the call, or she was earlier. And then look, here's the guy, some guy that she followed, and then space. Okay, so anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you today. We are going to update our marketing prompts. Can't promise when, so that it kind of follows more this format. If you are good at pictures, I know a lot of people use Canva. I just like to use my presentation software because it's got a ton of tools. If you're, good at putting up pictures, I was hoping to find one that has like a big quote. But anyway, let me give you a website. There is, I think that it's called Pexels, P-E-X, Pexels. Yeah. P-E-X. I can't type in the chat, so somebody type this in the chat. It's PEXELS.com. In fact, let me share my screen so you can see it. Okay. This is free stock photos. I use this a lot. A lot of the stuff, like even the exercise, the thumbnail for today's event, where it's got like the runner and all that, that is from Pexels. Can I make this bigger so you can see it? Oh, it's just making that bigger. It's not making but here you can see Pexels, PEXELS.com. Oh, thanks, Diana. So Pexels.com gives you free stock photos, and there's tons and tons, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. And you just type, I don't know, they've got black and white ones presenting here, but you just type whatever right here, and then you can just download and you can use them for whatever. So, okay, that really is it, guys. I am going to eat because my morning was so crazy that I have not eaten breakfast, and it is lunchtime. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. Glenn says QBO does a ton of cool things, but handling NSF is the most cumbersome. Yes, I agree. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Anybody else? Sarah. Okay. All right. So welcome, Cindy. Cindy's got a lot of questions, but that's great. We love to have you, and you're welcome to ask a lot of questions. Ask questions here and in the group. And I'm going to let you guys go. I have to eat some lunch. You guys have a fantastic weekend. I will see you on Monday for our Mindset Monday. Did we say Monday Mindset or Mindset Monday? Mindset Monday. Cindy asks, when do you post the time for Monday Mindset? So currently, I am just doing it whenever. Currently, I do it when Mondays are crazy, and so I have promised just to hop on at some point and talk to you. I am debating for this coming week to actually setting a time. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. All right. So, but Mondays, right now, it always varies. But Fridays, it's always at 11 a.m. Eastern time. All right. That's it. I've said goodbye like 5 times. Now it's for real. Goodbye. Have a great weekend. I will see you next time.